Welcome to the From the Table podcast. We are so happy that you are with us this year because we will actually be going through the From the Table podcast from January through till December. And I am so glad you're going to be joining us from all over the world, friends, leaders, generations, people that we know, people that we don't know. We are so thankful that you're with us because we believe that this podcast is going to really transform your heart, your personal life with Jesus, your walk in your calling, your dreams, your visions, your hopes, the things that you're really passionate about, but really bringing it to the table, a table culture, a table vision, a table lifestyle, guys, that is absolutely going to reform, encourage, build you like you've never been built before, feed you, strengthen your heart for the times that we live in. And we believe that at SEAPC, that the table culture of God is something that is unique to him, cannot be copied by any other source. It cannot be duplicated by man. It is uniquely his. And our hope is that through this next calendar year, you're going to be able to encounter your life with his life at his table, your life with others at his table, and realize just how much we have, just how much we've been given, how to live full so that we can give full in the time that we're been placed here, and the unique challenges and blessings that come with that. And we're not going to sugarcoat what's going on. We're not going to back down. We're not going to back off from the real challenges we face living as sons and daughters of God, living as God's people in today's world. We're not going to pull back from it. We're going to step into it boldly, but we're going to step into it with an understanding and a position at his table that is going to transform the way we do life, the way we do ministry, the way we interpersonally relate with other believers, people that don't know Jesus yet, unique and powerful open doors that God is bringing to his church. The table is going to help you discover everything you are, everything God is, and everything that's in people around you. It's such a unique experience to be at his table. It's where we belong. It's where we were made for. And when I'm thinking about this podcast through this year and my own journey, I am drawn to the ancient prophet Haggai and how in chapter 2 of Haggai, he peered ahead and he looked, and God gave him a picture of a hard time. The world that we live in today, and what God was going to do, and what he was going to form, what he was going to stir, what he was going to initiate for now. And from Haggai chapter 2, I'm going to read it to you right now. It says, "Once more I will shake heaven and earth, and I will shake the nations, and they will return to the desire of the nations." We're going to really, really unpack this through this year, because this is a picture, an ancient picture that is happening now, an ancient prophecy that is fulfilling itself today quicker, deeper, stronger than it ever has. And when we understand this, we understand who's behind a lot of the things that we're seeing, we're going to be really encouraged, and we're going to be really ready for what we're about to do. I will shake. This is God. This is God. I will shake the heavens and the earth. I will shake nations, and they will return to the desire. That word, the desire, is more than two words. That word is Jesus himself. The desire is not just a emotion. It's not just a feeling. It is a person in which God is drawing all of earth to. He is drawing every person. He is drawing circumstances. He's drawing challenges. He's drawing impossible things, and even things in us that we are longing for, dreams and visions and hopes and expectations, the things that we are longing for. He is drawing them to Jesus. In praying through and walking through the nations since I was 18, God has had me on this journey of walking with people, walking through different major things that have taken place over the last 20 plus years of history, of friends, family, leaders and nations, kids, my kids. I am very convinced of something, that we were never meant to be pacified. We were meant to be satisfied. There's an atmosphere that God fights for us to experience. And that atmosphere is one that finds its full satisfaction in him. It finds its fullness in him. It finds its feast. It finds its fulfillment. And he designed us. He made us, people that know him and people that don't know him yet. He designs us to be satisfied, not pacified. And why I believe that's a big deal is because you can only be satisfied from the table. You can be pacified by the world. You can be pacified by a circumstance that lines up, by a momentary breakthrough in your life. You can be pacified and you can be held on, like your hope can hold on for a little bit longer while you wait for something. But that's not what life is like from the table. That is not what life in God is ever meant to be. And I want to read you a pacified. Pacified means to appease an inner anger or agitation. To appease, to kind of make it stop. If I'm feeling an unrest on the inside, it's like, give me something to help it go away. I have an agitation, I have an anger, I have even an expectation for something, and it's not being met, but I try to fill it with something momentarily to get me going another day. Let me last another day. And to be pacified is like to try to get yourself to be submitted to a settled place. Like, man, I want to get to a state where I can at least have some peace, where I can be settled in some part of my heart that's crying out. But this is the dangerous part about being pacified. You actually hide and quench God-given desires, God-given hopes and plans for the sake of avoiding conflict, for the sake of avoiding being too loud or standing out or being heard again. This is why being pacified and living in a place of being pacified is so dangerous, because we begin to almost die on the inside a little bit each day. We begin to shut down. We begin to have hope deferred, which makes our heart sick, God says, because we believe that those things that we've hoped for, we believed for, I don't know if they're just going to happen, so we begin to hide them. We begin to make excuses for them so that they go away. And it's very dangerous to hide legitimate God-given needs. And I've learned that. I'm sure you've learned that. It's very dangerous to hide and try to deny the things that God says we need, the things that God wants us to experience, the kind of food, whether it be something you spiritually eat, whether it be something you physically eat, to deny relationships that he designed you to have, to deny health, to deny the knowledge and education that God wants you to have. We begin to push them off, and we begin to substitute God-given legitimate needs. We just pacify them with lesser things. And when I look at that, I think of our time and why living from the table is essential is because we have more things than ever to pacify us. What's the next stream that's going to come? What's the next reel? What's the next movie? What's the next food? What's the next experience? What's the next online experience? What's the next vacation? Even good things. What's the next medication that's going to come out to try to quell this disease in my body? What's the next thing that could possibly help me be a better parent, be a better student? What's the next thing that will help me be a good dad, be a good mom, be a good leader? What's the next thing that could save my life? Give me meaning. And people are trying to create things to meet these needs, these legitimate God needs. And what's happening that when it's not from the table, it only pacifies for a moment. Man, I've learned that. I've experienced that. It hits the mark for a while. And then I need another thing. I need another thing to tame the beast inside. I need another thing to block out the disappointment. Even if it's God-given, unless I live from the table, I will not be satisfied. And that's the difference from being pacified and satisfied. To be satisfied is to be fulfilled and have your needs met from a sustainable, unending source. Isn't that amazing? To have your legitimate, God-given needs, hopes, and dreams met from a sustainable, like something that's not going to fail you, unending, one that's not going to dry up, not going to only last a moment and then need something else, to actually come to a place in your life where you begin to draw from a source that cannot fail you. That's why we're doing this podcast. That's why at SCAPC we believe that life is lived from the table. Because the desire of the nations, desire is building in the earth. Desire isn't fading away. People are hungry more than ever, even though we have a lot. People are desiring more. People are wanting to go deeper. People are wanting. We are being stirred. That's what I believe. We are being stirred, not just by our adversary, not just by problems and situations. We are being legitimately stirred up by God, our Father, to draw us, to draw nations of the earth to the desire. So what if all of this desire comes back to our heart? What if all of this desire that is building in you and I, this momentum, this hunger, this longing? What if it's building and building and building to bring our hearts to the place of a source that cannot fail? What if it's intentional? What if it's something that we are not meant to stop? We're just meant to shift. Shift where we get it from. What if all desire returns to the heart's connection? Our heart, my heart, your heart. What if all of it is being drawn to a source that cannot fail? A place to live life from. A place to experience God from. A place to know other people from. What if that's the intention all along? And what if God is not just permitting this to happen? What if God is leading it? What if God is leading this thing? Drawing us through shakings, through challenges to the table, to live from the table. That's what we believe. So as we dig into the desire of the nations, as we get into what God is doing in us, he meets those desires. He meets them. And he meets them like no one else can. No person, no way of us trying to do it ourselves. Desire is met from the table. And I like to say it like this: desire comes home. Desire does not wander, it comes home. And from the table and living from the table, we actually experience desire from the place of home, from the place of family, from the place of relationship with God, with a real relationship with people that's authentic and pure. And he makes sure he meets the true God-given desires he's given us through Jesus himself. And I want to take you in a little bit to sitting down at the table with him, because we're going to go deep into this over the next year in the experience of sitting down at the table with Jesus and eating with him, drawing from one another. In John 6, one of my favorite ways to unpack this, Jesus said, "I am the living bread which came down from heaven. If anyone eats this bread, he will live forever. And the bread that I shall give is my flesh, which I give for the life of the world." There's a lot in there, and we're gonna experience that together. I am the bread, he says. I'm the table, I am the feast, and out of me, I give myself. I release myself for the life of the world. Okay, hold on to that. John 6:35 says, "I am the bread of life. He who comes to me will never hunger. He who comes to me will never thirst." This is saying directly, and he is promising directly, that when your heart really can connect to that table, to him, when that heart converges and connects the way it's supposed to, the way it's designed to, you will never need to be pacified. You will never need to wait for man to give you something, for yourself to try to find something that's going to last you another day. You are going to hunger no more. You're going to thirst no more. I'm going to make sure of that. Jesus has told us. So you know when you've really come to the table, when you start to realize that as I live from here, I will never be hungry again. I will never be thirsty again. He's going to make sure of that. And that's going to change everything for me. 1 Corinthians 11, "And when Jesus had given thanks and he broke the bread, he said, 'Take, eat, for this is my body that is broken for you. Do this in remembrance of me. This is the cup of the new covenant in my blood. As long as you drink it, you will remember me. I love Jesus saying that. He says, take, eat. So we sit at the table and he says, take of me, eat of me. I give me to you. I don't give you just something. I don't give you something that will just help you to hold on. I don't give you something to pacify you. I give you something to satisfy you. What? What could possibly do that? Him. I give you me. I give you the desire. Your desire is found in me. I am the desire that you're looking for. And that is what he's telling his disciples. That is what he tells us today. Take of me. I put myself in you. And this is where it gets really, really exciting, is the heart begins to awaken to the reality of Christ in you. Christ in me. We begin to eat. We begin to have desires met. We begin to have wholeness met. Not searching, trying, hoping, wishing. He says, I give you me. When you come and sit at my table, I give you me. You begin to eat of me. And I am the desire of everything. I am. He says, I am the desire of every person. And he can back that up. He can fully back that up. And so desire is met at the table. Desire comes home at the table because he gives himself and puts himself into us. Freely you've received, Matthew 10 says, freely we've received Christ himself and Christ in each other. I'm trusting God that not only you are going to have like amazing breakthroughs as you come to the table this year personally, but the way that you see other people, the way that you see even the ups and downs of news, of people around you, of the comings and the goings of culture, the trends, the different ways and the different challenges we as God's people are called to engage in, you are going to have a fresh vision. You're going to have a fresh way of looking at everything from the table, personally, but also outside of your own heart. And that's life at the table is really significant because it not only reveals Christ in you, and you begin to live from Christ in you, but you also begin to see Christ in others like you've never seen before. You also begin to see the gifts and the callings, the talents that are in people that don't even know Jesus, that are hosting the gifts and talents of Jesus, but you don't yet have Jesus in them. And that is very special because you begin to see how God is unfolding and how as he's moving and shaking and doing lots of different things in the world, how he's drawing them, how he's drawing out what he's put in them, what he's put in our spouses, our kids, what he's put in people that we're praying for and believing God for breakthrough. We begin to see the desire of nations working in people's lives. And it really brings a fresh love. It brings a fresh faith. It brings clarity and expectation of, man, I can see God's hand touching your life. And even if you don't see it yet, I can see your place at the table. I can see where you fit. I can see where you belong. I can see where your home is meant to be by him with me. It's not a searching anymore. It's a finding. It's a finding. And that really transforms the way we do life. And I pray over this next year that as you begin to sit at the table with Jesus, with me, and with friends from around the world, friends in the nations, and we begin to witness how God is moving at the table, how he is drawing people to the table, how he is moving amongst people and spreading himself and the things, the desires that he's put in us, meeting one another. You are going to be transformed on the inside as we witness the movement that is happening at the table, but also the movement that is coming from the table. And you're going to hear stories and testimonies and experiences that could not come from any other source, any other place, but from the table with God and with each other. And it's that exchange that happens at the table that we're going to witness together. It's a holy exchange so that you're not only coming solo. Yeah, it's amazing to sit at the table with Jesus and just receive. But it is very special when you have friends, when you have people that God has called you to be with around a table together, and you begin to exchange that holy desire, exchange Christ in one another. And we're fed, we're built up, we're strengthened, we're formed, we're united, we're merged, we're converged in a way that no person could do that. Only at a table with someone at the head of the table that's bigger than us could put that all together. That's what we're talking about. And we're going to witness that. We're going to obviously see, as we've talked about, desire building in the earth. We're going to see how that desire is met, but we're also going to see how the desire is spread, how it spreads between us, how it strengthens us, and how it sends us out. So this is just the taste this month, just a taste of what we're going to walk in, and some really powerful things that God has revealed, but also some very practical things that are going to connect our hearts to this source that is going to transform personal life, family life, ministry life, but most of all, our personal life with Jesus. Join us. Can't wait to see you next month. Join us from the Table podcast. We're gonna go even deeper into this, and we're gonna begin to unpack the experience of table life, and it's gonna be amazing. Can't wait to see you.